Party in the front, business in the back. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a long time since I've put a video up, but I thought that today would be a good day to kind of get back into it. I'm just gonna do a very casual get ready with me and kind of talk about what I want this channel to be and the struggles that I've had in starting a YouTube channel. So I just thought that this would be the best setting to do that in because I feel like I've been having difficulty editing and figuring out how to post, when to post, and just what I really want to be posting on this channel. I'm gonna link all the products that I'm using down below. I'm starting off, I already cleansed and moisturized. I'm using the Glossier priming moisturizer on my face to start. But basically, I watch YouTube every single day, and I've always wanted to start my own YouTube channel. And I've had this one for a while, but I'm definitely not consistent in my posts. And I feel like I've kind of just like had some difficulty staying motivated to post regularly, even though I enjoy it and love all of this stuff and I do this stuff on the regular, I just don't post about it. Going in with the MAC Studio Face and Body Foundation in the shade C5. I just don't feel like I have made the best efforts to create a channel that is exciting for other people to watch, nor do I feel like I've made a channel that I'm excited about either. And I feel like the reason that that's happened is because I was so focused on creating a channel that I felt was relatable to the everyday person that I didn't actually allow myself to be creative. I feel like I tailored back my creativeness to make myself more relatable because I thought that that would be something that people wanted to watch. And I think to a certain extent that's true, but I also feel like I didn't do certain looks because I didn't know if those would be interesting to other people. And so I was basically catering my channel to what other people wanted to see instead of posting what I actually cared about and what I was actually excited about. So I'm trying to change that now and post stuff that I'm actually excited about. That MAC Face and Body Foundation, it's the first time I'm trying it. I've played with it a couple times at work, but I've never tried it out myself. So thus far, it actually really kind of looks like the Pat McGrath new foundation, to be honest with you. It's not supposed to have super heavy coverage. It's nice and dewy and lightweight. I really like it. I think it feels great. I like a light coverage with a dewy finish. I'm then going in with the BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Champagne Pop. I'm taking out my beauty blender just a little bit, and I'm first shearing it on my hand like this. And I'm gonna throw that on the high points of my face. But basically, I just kind of wanted this video to be an introduction to how my channel is going to be from here on out. And I'm going to be posting, I'm really excited about doing some Halloween looks. I'm going to be posting just a lot more frequently, even if I don't like the content. And I don't mean that in like I don't like it, like I don't enjoy it, but I mean a lot of the time I will film something or do a look and then I talk myself out of posting it because I decide that it's not good enough and I don't like it. I'm going to force myself to stop being so critical. And because if I don't allow myself to post anything, like I won't ever post, as you have seen, because I was just so hypercritical, or I would post something and spend a lot of time on it and I felt like it didn't get as much recognition as I had hoped it would, and so that was really frustrating. But I'm no longer going to be worrying about any of that. I'm just posting every day the looks that I'm doing, the products that I'm excited about, skincare, anything else that I'm just honestly loving right now. So I am excited to share all this with you guys. I randomly bought a 3-waver, like the ones that we used to use in high school. I'm 25, so this was like peak high school hair for me. So I'm kind of loving that, but I'm just gonna try to have a little bit more fun and make this channel truly something that I'm proud of, because right now, not that I'm not proud of it, but it's not me and it's not the channel that I want it to be. So I'm gonna make sure that it becomes that. I'm using, this is my first ever product from Tata Harper. It's the very popular cheek tint. It is very popular and I've never tried it. So this is a first impression of it. I just picked it up with the Sephora Rouge sale. So on first touch, it's very emollient, nice pigment to it. It reminds me of the Glossier Cloud Paint blush with less pigment, but in a good way, because I feel like the Cloud Paint blush, it's very easy to put too much on right away, and I feel like this one is a little easier. It smells nice. I feel like that's a very good, just like lit from within color. Don't mind Mount Everest on my face right now. I don't know what happened, but we're just gonna pretend that that's not there and just keep adding blush, and hopefully it'll just self-disguise. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like I had to verbalize my thoughts and kind of do it in a way to hold myself accountable so that I just enjoy this channel a little bit more. I've got a full-time job outside of this and I love that too, but it's a stressful job, and makeup is my true passion, something that I enjoy, not because I'm obsessed with how I look, but it's because I love products. I love the ingredients and looking to see how something is made, why they included specific ingredients, and just textures. And I think that's something that I'm going to post a little bit more about, is the textures of products, why I'm using them, why I feel certain ways about certain ingredients, and how to use these products in a way that'll get them to work best for you too, so that you also love them. But yeah, I feel like overall my channel is just gonna be a lot more enjoyable for all of us because it's just gonna be more personal. So I'm gonna go in with the Glossier concealer. This is in the shade G5, and I'm just warming that up. I'm gonna take that right underneath. I bought this in like earlier in the summer. I'm gonna try to cover that thing too. Bought this earlier in the summer. It's a little darker than I want it to be, which is odd because this used to be like pretty light for me. But I'm just gonna take that up over my eyelid too. And I just want to do a very dewy, natural look. I also got the Glossier concealer in the shade G3, which is definitely deeper than my skin tone. And I thought that it could be a good cream contour because they don't actually have a designated bronzer per se. But I love the wearability of their products. What you saw me use originally was the L'Oreal foundation in the shade Chestnut, stick foundation in the shade Chestnut. I like that one, but I have to be really careful with it because if you use too much, it will not blend out and it just looks really choppy. So I'm still kind of figuring out how to use that one in a way where it's effortless for me to use it and easy. I was going to use a little bit of Laura Mercier translucent powder, but I don't see it. So I'm just going to use the MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NC30. I'm more NC35, but I bought this in NC30 so that I could use it underneath my eyes for brightening. I'm using just enough that it will take down the texture in all of my pore areas and blotting it across my T-zone area just so I don't get oily. I really have normal to dry skin, so it's not a huge concern for me, and I try to keep as much moisture and as dew as possible in my skin, but I just set a little bit, and that's all that I'm gonna do for powder. I really try to stay away from powder, to be honest with you. I was gonna like really go in and pencil in my brow. Maybe I will. I can't decide. I'm feeling lazy. I want to just use Boy Brow and be done with it, but I'll for the sake of the fact that I have the camera on, I suppose I'll do a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been watching a ton of YouTube lately and feeling frustrated that I haven't been posting. So I also am like trying very hard to just be true to myself. Like, I feel like a lot of influencers, and I don't mean to generalize, but I feel like a lot of influencers kind of just come on with this like super hyper attitude, and they're like, we're gonna try these things today, and then there's a lot of like, so and so is canceled, and like, that's just not really me. I'm just here to play with products that I enjoy and share my makeup and skincare addiction with you guys. There are definitely things that I'm gonna be bouncy and excited about because they're beautiful products, but I feel like there's a false kind of like fake sense of like hyperness all the time, and I don't know. I'm just gonna be myself. If I'm talking like this, it's not that I'm tired or unhappy, it's literally I'm just kind of more of a calm demeanor. So it's the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown, and the spoolie on that broke, so I'm just using one of my disposable mascara wands from my freelance kit to brush the brows up and work that through. I don't like a super shaped brow. I like kind of a slightly structured feathery brow. Perfect. And then I'm just gonna go over that with Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Brown. And I always start on the outside and then bring it forward and brush directly up in the front and kind of calm things down in the back. Party in the front, business in the back. I really like this Tata Harper blush, even though it's really subtle. I kind of want to put more on because I'm kind of a blush fiend. So I'm going to, because it's my channel and I can. I feel like this could be my new go-to. I've been so blush obsessed lately. Even like on my clients for weddings and stuff, I'm like, I'm just gonna put a lot of blush on and that's just what we're gonna do. And everyone, no one's fought me on it thus far. They're just like, okay. So I feel like blush is probably one of my favorite products. It used to be highlighter and I still really love highlight, don't get me wrong, but lately blush has been my vice. So I'm gonna go in, I'm using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Euphoric Strobe Light Highlighter. It's a long word. And the Morphe and Jaclyn JH09, which is basically just a Morphe M501 brush. And I'm hitting the high points of my face. And if you'll notice, I really love this highlight because it's not glittery at all. It just gives a true sheen to the skin. Like you're drinking water, you're sleeping 8 hours a night, you're just really living your best life. I think that this is a gorgeous highlight on mature skin, but also younger skin as well, because it just is really, really natural and dewy. But especially on mature skin, I always use this in my kit on moms and nanas because it gives them that glow without it looking like they just like went into Claire's and like threw on a glitter. So I'm gonna do an oldie but a goodie and pull out the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. And I think I'm just gonna do a really basic base eye look and then just kind of do a dramatic wing because that's what I'm feeling today. I'm trying really hard to use my eyeshadow palettes every day as well because I get these palettes and I just like love and cherish them and don't want to use them. But then there's no point in buying more makeup if you're not actually wearing it. So I'm going to do my best to make more of an effort to use these because I do love them. I love them so much that I don't even want to touch them. I'm just gonna throw, I'm using the shade Golden Ochre. Love this shade. I wish it came in a single They have a single that's close to it. I think it's called Custard, but it's not quite golden ochre. And I would die if they would make golden ochre a single. Alright, then I'll be going in with burnt orange. Just on the outer V. You can be messy with this, just to add a little bit of depth to the eye. I really don't want to do too much though, because I want the big statement here to be the winged liner. So I'm intentionally using pretty light shades, mainly just to mattify the lid and add a little bit of depth. And then I'm going to take that same shade below, focus it on the outer V area. And I'm going to take the shade Primavera and just throw that right in the inner corner. I like this as a highlight because it's nice and bright, but it is not overpowering. I'm going to take that on the brow bone too. Just make sure you blend that out. Okay. Eyes look really bland right now, but the whole point is that I want the liner to be the main part. So now I'm going to take MAC Brush Black and start on the outer V. And I draw a line down. And if you can see, it's like an extension of my lower lash line just coming straight up. And then I'm just going to take this V and connect it over. I'm going to start filling that in. But notice that I kind of left this outside part not as filled in. I'm then going to fill that in going the opposite way so that I can get that micro fine flick at the end. And then carry it over. Just going to do that on the other eye really quickly. Okay, so as you see, that did not go as planned. I wanted to do dramatic liner anyway, so here we are, but definitely was not the initial plan to have it look exactly like this, but that's fine. I'm using the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. This mascara is wonderful. I like it a lot more than a lot of high-end products. And as you'll see, I'm gonna get in close so you can see, it just does a really good job of elongating the lashes, separating and creating great volume. It really does look, it kind of reminds me of the Maybelline Falsies mascara a little bit, but better. It gets a little bit clumpy, but the good kind of clumpy. If you do not like clumpy mascaras, I do not think that you would like this. I would recommend you try the Glossier Lash Slick if you hate clumpy mascara. That's like the least clump formula I've ever used in my life. Okay, so that's the mascara finished and done. And then I'm just going to, I'll be honest, the Tata Harper, I like the blush a lot. I wish it was giving me more pigment than it's currently giving. I'm gonna go in on my lips with MAC Ruby Woo. It's just a classic red. I'm gonna focus this in the center. And kind of soften it out. I'm going to take whatever excess I have on my fingers and just throw that on my cheeks to get a little bit more pigment. That's better. And then I'm going to go over that. So you see that it's lighter on the outside and then most of the colors in the center. And then I'm going to take the Glossier Original Gloss and focus that on the outer edges. And just the tiniest dab on the center. And then for just a touch more drama on the contour, I'm using the MAC Mineralize powder in the shade Dark Deepest. I'm just gonna take that and just throw that around the perimeter of my face, just to warm it up a little bit and make sure that that cream contour stays in place. And I run it down the bridge of my nose. Sometimes I do a more intense nose contour, but today I just am not feeling it, so. That is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make, so I will be uploading more shortly, and I'm really excited to just kind of show you guys the products that I enjoy and how I like using them. So if you liked this video, please actually like the video. Subscribe if you would like to see more content from me. I'm going to be posting regularly. I'm not going to give you a schedule because I'm just not at that point in my life right now where I can stick to a strict uploading schedule quite yet, but I'm gonna try to be uploading more regularly with some more fun looks that will excite all of us. So thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. I really enjoyed doing this. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.